Yo, if you think your boss is intense, mine literally believes he's a god. I'm standing in Pharaoh Pepi's throne hall right now, and everyone here is acting like breathing too loudly might be a crime.
Trying not to drop this clay tray, because one mistake in here could end my entire career, and possibly my entire life.
It is unbelievably hot out here, and everyone in the palace is pretending this is normal. I smell river mud, sweat, and goose fat. History books made palace service look elegant, but nobody mentions this kitchen smells like hot bread, smoke, and spoiled goose fat all at once.
The palace goes quiet, but in a creepy way. Like everyone important is asleep, and the rest of us are just trying not to get blamed for anything.
Dawn is breaking over the Nile, and this is somehow the most relaxing part of my day. Except for the crocodiles. It is 4:30 in the morning, and that sound is not an alarm clock. That is a royal overseer. Okay, this bowl is natron paste, basically ancient exfoliating salt, and I am supposed to scrub Pharaoh with it. Too hard is death. I am holding a copper razor next to the most powerful scalp on earth. My hands are shaking. The guards are staring.
They are covering him in goose fat and crushed resin, and apparently this is what divinity smells like. I am trying to look respectful, but it smells like a royal roast dinner in here.
That wig is almost as heavy as my entire morning shift. Pharaoh looks magnificent, I look destroyed, and the sun has only been up for 20 minutes. All right, it is midday now, and the sun is absolutely cooking this palace. The walls are radiating heat, the guards are melting in place, and somehow the flies are still thriving. Pharaoh Pepi II hates flies, but a living god cannot just start swatting at bugs like the rest of us. So everyone is pretending this buzzing nightmare is not happening, which is somehow making it worse. You guys, unrefined honey, flies. Pepi II used honey to control the flies around him. They just dipped the slaves in it, huh? No. They dip brushes in it. Phew. The overseer just walked in with a massive jar of raw honey, and nobody looks happy about it. I thought this was lunch for half a second, but no, this is apparently pest control.
I am not making this up. They are covering this poor servant in honey from head to toe, because in 2400 BC, the solution to flies is apparently a human flytrap.
Look behind me. Pharaoh is sitting there completely fly-free, while this honey-covered guy is taking the entire swarm for the team. History class left out a lot.
While my sticky coworker is still being attacked by every insect in Egypt, I just got reassigned to the royal kitchens. It is lunchtime, and this room feels less like a kitchen and more like the inside of a clay oven. Pharaoh definitely eats like a king. Behind me, they have roasted gazelle, figs, pomegranates, and enough barley beer to knock out half the palace. This is how they bake flatbread. You slap the dough directly onto the inside of a scorching clay pot, try not to burn your hand, and pretend this is a normal lunch shift. That is not clean golden beer like you are imagining. This stuff is thick, cloudy, unfiltered barley beer, and they are hauling it around in jars that weigh like bricks. The dust and ash in here are so thick I can barely breathe. These servants do this every day, and by 25, a lot of them sound like they have been breathing smoke their entire lives. My job is not baking anymore. I am on safety patrol, which sounds official, until you realize it means I have to eat Pharaoh's food first and find out if someone poisoned it. I have to take a huge gulp of this unfiltered barley beer while the guards stare at me. It tastes thick, sour, and terrifying because every swallow might be a countdown. Now it is the gazelle. The worst part is that it actually tastes amazing, but it is hard to enjoy lunch when there is a real chance this is your final meal. Now I just stand here for 5 minutes and try not to look poisoned. My heart is pounding so hard that I honestly might pass out from fear before the food gets a chance. The tray is approved, which means I survived lunch. Now I have to carry it into the banquet hall. while walking backwards, because turning your back on Pharaoh is apparently how you end your career and your life. It is 6 p.m., the sun is finally dropping, and I thought that meant the day was almost over. No. In this palace, sunset just means the work gets heavier. Pharaoh wants to inspect his pyramid complex. Obviously, he is not walking there. That gold-covered chair behind me is the royal litter, and apparently my shoulders have just been drafted. We just lifted it. Pharaoh, the gold chair, the jewelry, all of it is crushing. Straight into my collarbone. The beam is digging in so hard I can feel the bruise forming. In real time.
We are only a few minutes into this walk and my legs are already shaking. The pyramid complex is miles away.
We made it to the pyramid complex, and my shoulder feels like it has been carved with a chisel. Behind me, they are still dragging limestone blocks like this is just another normal evening shift. One guy's foot just sank into the sand and the entire chair shifted. Everyone froze because Pharaoh's cup almost tipped, and the guards already had their hands on the lashes. We finally made it to the construction site, and this is unreal. Thousands of workers are hauling limestone blocks under the sunset, and somehow the mood here feels heavier than the stones.
Every servant here knows the real fear. When Pharaoh dies, your life does not just change, because in older times, servants could be sent with the king into the afterlife. By this time, they mostly use these little magical servant statues instead of real people, which is good news. But standing here, you still feel it. Your entire existence belongs to the man on that gold chair. My shift is finally over, and I am back on the same straw mat I woke up on before sunrise. I have desert dust in my teeth, sweat in my clothes, and somehow tomorrow is already waiting for me.
My shoulders are actually bleeding from those carrying beams. Pharaoh sat on gold, and the rest of us got wood carved straight into our collarbones for miles. Look over there. The human flytrap guy is still scraping dried honey and dead wasps off his skin with broken pottery, and nobody here is acting like that is insane.
The worst part is that we wake up and do this exact same thing again tomorrow. No weekends, no vacations, no HR department, just a bronze rod on the wall before sunrise. Being a servant to Pharaoh is not just a tough job. It is giving up your body, your sleep, your health, and your entire humanity, just to keep one man comfortable.
It is so much worse than the movies make it look. The gold, the pyramids, the ceremonies, none of that shows you the people coughing, bleeding, and collapsing behind the scenes. If you made it this far, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on notifications. I nearly got poisoned, crushed, smoked, and yelled into another timeline for this episode. Tell me in the comments which historical job I should try to survive next. After today, I am begging you to pick something with shade, clean air, and no royal insect torture. This is Timeline Hopper, signing off before the overseer catches me talking to the future. See ya! Wait, I hear footsteps. I have to go.